Let me ask you something. Have you ever heard someone say, or maybe even said yourself, money is the root of all evil? Chances are, yes. It's one of those phrases that gets thrown around constantly. You see it on social media, you hear it in conversations, and surprisingly, you even hear it in sermons. But here's the thing. That phrase is not in the Bible. Not like that. Today we're going to look at 1 Timothy 6:10, one of the most misquoted verses in all of Scripture. Break down exactly how it got twisted, why that mistranslation is actually doing real damage, and uncover what Paul was actually trying to say. Stay with me, because this one might completely change how you think about money.
Let's start with the actual verse. 1 Timothy 6:10 reads, "For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil." Did you catch that? The love of money, not money itself. That one word, love, makes an enormous difference. And yet for centuries, people have been quoting this verse with a crucial word missing. They say money is the root of all evil, as if the Bible is condemning wealth itself. Now, think about what that implies. If money is inherently evil, then earning a living is evil. Providing for your family is evil. Building a business, saving for retirement, paying your bills, all evil? That can't be right. And it isn't. The moment you drop the love of, you've turned a warning about greed into a condemnation of something completely neutral. And that distortion has caused a lot of confusion, both for people who use it to feel spiritual about being broke, and for people who use the distorted version to dismiss the verse entirely. Now, let's dig a little deeper, because context is everything in Scripture. The original Greek word used here is Philargyria, which literally combines philo, meaning love, and argyros, meaning silver. So even in the original language, it is crystal clear. This is about loving money, not about money existing. Paul wrote this letter to Timothy, a young pastor he was mentoring. The broader context of this passage is a warning against false teachers who were using religion as a way to get rich. Paul had just said in verse 6, godliness with contentment is great gain. He wasn't saying that gain is bad. He was saying that genuine contentment combined with faith is itself a form of wealth. Then he goes on to contrast that with people who have abandoned their faith in pursuit of riches. The verse ends with a sobering line. Some people, eager for money, have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. Notice he says some people, not all people. He's not making a universal statement about wealth. He's making a specific observation about what happens when the pursuit of money becomes your primary devotion, when it replaces God at the center of your life.
So what is Paul actually saying? He's saying that money is a tool, and like any tool, it's morally neutral. A hammer can build a house or break a window. The hammer isn't evil. It depends entirely on the hands holding it and the heart behind those hands. Money can feed the hungry. It can fund hospitals, support missionaries, help single mothers, and restore communities. The Bible is full of wealthy people who honored God. Abraham, Job, Joseph of Arimathea. Their wealth wasn't the problem. It was never the problem. The problem is when money stops being a tool and starts being a master. Jesus himself said in Matthew 6:24, "You cannot serve both God and money." Notice the word serve, not have, not earn, serve. There's a massive difference between having money and serving money. When you serve money, every decision you make runs through a single filter. What's most profitable? Your relationships, your ethics, your faith, all of it gets evaluated through that lens. That's what Paul is warning against. That's the root of all kinds of evil he's talking about. And notice he even says a root, not the root. Some translations even render it that way. It's not claiming money love is the only source of evil in the world. It's saying it is one deeply dangerous root, capable of growing all kinds of poisonous fruit. Now, let's bring this into the present, because this isn't just ancient theology. It's incredibly relevant right now. We live in a culture that is obsessed with wealth.
Social media feeds us a constant stream of luxury cars, designer clothes, and hustle harder content. Entire industries are built on making you feel like you need more. And quietly, subtly, the love of money seeps in. But on the other side, there's also a spiritual culture that sometimes romanticizes poverty. Money corrupts, people say. True believers shouldn't think about finances. And so good people feel guilty for wanting to provide for their families, for building wealth, for being financially responsible. Both extremes miss the point entirely. Here's the question Paul is really asking. What does money mean to you? Not how much do you have, not how much do you want, but what does it mean? If losing your income tomorrow would shake your faith, that's worth examining. If you find yourself cutting ethical corners for financial gain, that's worth examining. If money has become the thing you trust most, more than God, more than community, more than anything else, that's exactly what Paul is warning about. On the other hand, if you're earning honestly, giving generously, and holding your wealth with open hands, not gripping it, not worshiping it, then you are doing it right. Wealth can absolutely coexist with deep faith. The question is always, who is in charge?
So let's recap what we've uncovered today. 1 Timothy 6:10 does not say money is the root of all evil. It says the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. And that difference is not small, it's everything. Paul isn't condemning wealth. He's warning against the posture of the heart. The moment money shifts from being something you use to something you serve. The next time someone drops that misquote in a conversation, you now have the full picture. And more importantly, you have a real question worth sitting with. Is money a tool in my hands, or has it become something more? Because that's the question that actually matters. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And if you want to go deeper on misunderstood Bible verses, subscribe. We cover one every week. I'll see you in the next one.